So I know I'm late on this, but fuck it. So it's kind of funny because I heard about the controversy about the Green Lanterns or the Lantern, as it's been called. There's not a whole lot of green in this. The Lanterns trailer had a whole lot of controversy or some shit because they had to pull it from the internet. And I thought that the teaser from months ago was the trailer, and I hadn't seen the teaser. So I thought, oh, okay, this is interesting. And so, through pure just confusion on my part, I ended up looking at the teaser, not realizing it wasn't the actual trailer at first. And I thought it was not the worst thing. And I was like, oh, fuck, this isn't even the actual trailer. But nonetheless, after watching the teaser, I'm kind of not too sure about this show because before we heard or before we saw anything, the pitch that we heard was this was going to be like a true detective style show with pretty much like a coding of superhero on it. It's gonna be like Green Lanterns meet True Detective. So it's gonna be, well, I thought, or most of us thought, it's gonna be like a mystery, like an intergalactic mystery type story. And the teaser is not that. The teaser, I mean, there's tons of jokes in the comment section of no country for old lanterns, or this is pretty much like no country for old men with, DC slapped on it. And what I find weird about the teaser is it seems like the Hal Jordan we see in this teaser, the way the teaser sets it up, it makes it seem like we have seen this character for a long time. And this is like the end of his journey, and we're watching him pass the baton or, pass the guard to, uh, the new Green Lantern. And it's just kind of funny because like we've never seen this character. Like, we know Hal Jordan from the comics, but this Hal Jordan we've never seen before. So it's kind of funny how the trailer's like setting it up like, this is the, Hal Jordan is the old, you know, pretty much at the end of his career as a Green Lantern. Here comes the young, inexperienced rookie that he's training. And it's kind of just weird how it's set up like this is a journey we've been on with this character when we've never seen this character. And it's also kind of funny that the first lantern we've seen in the new DC is not actually Hal Jordan or like a real A-list lantern. It's fucking Guy Gardner. I love Guy Gardner in the Superman movie. But it's just kind of funny that he was the first lantern we saw, and he's supposed to show up in this show, which will be interesting because I forgot looking at this teaser. This is supposed to connect to the Superman universe because this is in the same continuity as the Man of Tomorrow with Lex Luthor, Superman, all them. So I'll be interested to see how these two end up like in the Superman sequel because the way that the teaser kind of played it was like this was kind of Hal Jordan's swan song. Like this was him passing the torch to the young guard and he was going to die or retire. So the fact that he's not gonna retire or die seemingly in this season is interesting. But speaking of the Green Lanterns, something that is noticeably fucking absent from this entire teaser is any type of green. That they don't even use their powers. Like there's a scene where I don't know why I forget Aaron Pierre's lantern character. I don't know why for the life of me I'm blanking on his name. But Hal Jordan is pretty much like, okay, you want to take over, you want to be a new lantern, and he puts the ring on the dashboard of the car and then jumps out of it and then lets it fly off a cliff. And it would have been cool. Now, granted, this is a teaser, so it's not the actual trailer, but it seems like from the fucking backlash or how bad the trailer was, it wasn't too much better. But you would have thought that we would have seen like some cool lantern powers of him like saving himself at the last second. And it just cuts from him, the car flying off the road into the air about to crash. And then it just cuts to him later on walking up, seeing Hal Jordan saying, I could have died. And throughout the whole trailer, it is very noticeable how they do not only use there's no use of powers in the teaser. And there's only like a brief tease of the actual suit, but there's no real powers being shown. And at the very end, when Hal Jordan's interrogating somebody, he like tosses them around, and then seconds before the teaser cuts, we see him with the ring about to do some shit with it, and then it just cuts to the Lantern title, which to me kind of makes me wonder exactly how much of this is actually going to be about the Green Lanterns and the superhero aspect, and how much of this is just more of a grounded like true detective style show, like an HBO show. Because from the and again, it's just a teaser, but the teaser makes it seem like this is more of just a purely Earth based, not going into space, no super villains involved. Apparently, there are supposed to be like lantern villains in the show, but from this teaser, I can't tell who the fuck's supposed to be in it. Like, it just seems like this is two detectives. Like, if you had no idea this is a Green Lantern show and you just watched the trailer, unless you just saw the Green Lantern or them mention the Green Lantern, you'd have no idea that this was actually a Lantern story. And then even at the end, there's like a post scene at the end of the teaser where they're talking and they're like, "Oh, hey, they asked Hal Jordan, do you talk to the other Lanterns?" And he's like, "I'm the only person." And then he, mentions one of them's a squirrel, kind of teasing the other Lantern Corps. Now, I'm gonna admit, I don't know a whole lot about the Lanterns, like the lore and all that, but don't they have like some type of I mean, because they're like the space police, so they surely have to have some fucking communication device. Because in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't know if this was ever like stated in the movies. I don't think it was, but I remember reading behind the scenes that the way that the Guardians actually understand everyone is that they don't speak English or any other language. They have like a translation device that they can just like automatically translate languages. Now that leads its own issue of how do people or creatures understand that. But besides the point, they at least considered how, like, when you're in a giant galaxy of different races and species who do not talk or even have the same culture or language, it's going to be kind of hard for people to be able to communicate if they, fuck, you're from Earth and then, this alien's from wherever and nothing in common. And I'm pretty sure that the Green Lanterns have some form of communication that they can talk to each other and then talk to other like races. And it also kind of begs the question of like, okay, if they don't speak English and you don't talk to them at all, how the fuck did you get the ring? I mean, maybe because isn't it that the ring finds whoever it's chosen to, like it goes to who it wants to. I could be completely wrong about that, but it's just kind of strange that like little bit at the end where it's like, oh yeah, I don't talk to the other lanterns. They're all aliens and animals and shit like that. So I just chill on Earth. It's like, okay, so that pretty much shows that. And again, maybe there will be a post credit scene, and the showrunner has said that there's teases for future installments. The problem is, it's the superhero genre. We are way past. Hey, this isn't good, but just hold on, and then the next thing is going to be good and explain this. We are past that. Marvel has killed that type of grace. People don't have the patience or even the desire to wait a fucking show or movies later to then find a payoff or, oh, now we're going to have the Green Lantern shit. No, it's like, no, give me what you're telling me. This is like a Flash movie where he fucking walks, or a Superman movie where he just is Clark Kent and he just fucking is in the office all day. Like, it's like, what are we doing here? So I'm hoping that this teaser is just a case of the teaser is just hiding a lot, and like the actual trailer when it comes out shows a lot more of the lantern. I mean, hell, even the fucking name. They don't even have it as a Green Lantern show. It's just lanterns. And I'm like, you know what? Considering what we've seen, there ain't a whole lot of green. There's a lot more. This I almost said movie. This show seems like something along the lines of like what the Coen brothers would have done if they were tasked with making like a grounded superhero show set in the DC universe. Like it just seems more like a non-superhero story. And just like it seems like even the like main plot is not going to be much tied into intergalactic issues or any other off-world villains. I mean, it could be, but I really don't want this show just to be one of those superhero projects where most of it is just them and regular clothes just investigating or doing non superhero shit and not using their powers. And at the very end, or very scarcely, we see them use their powers and actually suit up at the finale and then roll credits. I hope that's not the case, but it does kind of seem like they are leaning a lot more into that grounded Midwestern true crime type atmosphere. So maybe they're holding off until the end of the show, but from what I've seen so far, I'm kind of curious about it, but I can't say that I'm overly excited. I thought there'd be a lot more Green Lantern in it. I'm not saying you need to have the whole fucking corp show up and have all these different aliens and different Green Lanterns, and every scene has to be some type of cool construct from the Lantern rings. But at least show some of the abilities, show some Green Lantern abilities. You would think in a Green Lantern show we would see at least a tease of it, but we haven't even got that. So we'll have to see what the show ends up becoming. But right now it doesn't look like it's on the best footing because I haven't seen a whole lot of people cutting the teaser a lot of slack, like whether it's articles, the comment section of the actual teasers has been ripping it to fucking shreds. So the reception from the audience is already fucked. So I hope they can turn around, but as of right now it isn't looking the most promising. But we will have to wait and see till not the teaser, the trailer comes out, and maybe that'll be a little bit better. But for now, looking kind of rough for the Lanterns. But we will have to see what happens with the Lantern Corps and Hal Jordan and the Lantern Show. But for now, I think that's going to be it for me. And until next time, I will see you guys later.